The one thing is Kevin Stefanski addressed the media today, kind of after reviewing everything, and he's proud of his guys. They changed some things like the culture, but ultimately, Stefanski felt like the team came up a little short. Let's listen to Kevin Stefanski.
We definitely achieved a lot. We did some things we set out to do, but ultimately we came up short, and there's a very real sense of disappointment there among our players and coaches right now. But we can definitely look back and see some things that we accomplished and be proud of that. When you're talking about culture, and I've said this before, I think you're just talking about people. And I think we have the right people in this building. I give Andrew Berry a ton of credit for the people he was able to bring in. I think there were a ton of great people here already. So we established a culture of work, and the players bought into that, and they did that. And that's what I told them today, that I'm very grateful for the work that they've put in and week out. And we had a bunch of guys who go up and down the roster that just did their job, knew what their role was, worked hard. Sometimes they, we had guys that weren't active, and then they were active the next week, and they're starting the following week. So I'm just appreciative of all those guys and the leadership they displayed.
And the Browns finally got it right. Browns fans, this is what an NFL franchise looks like. Let's bring Bud Shaw back in. And Bud, the one thing is the stuff coming from Berea we haven't seen in decades, probably since the Browns came back this year. And I mean that in a complimentary way, as far as the coach, the message, the GM, the players, everybody lined up finally. It took a while, but they finally got it right.
Hey, you and I both have lived through seasons where we or others have said, if nothing else happens this year, but the Cleveland Browns find their quarterback or their head coach, the season will be a success. And they found both. I think that's pretty clear right now that they have both of those. The biggest questions in football are both answered right now. And now it becomes the challenge becomes, how well do you draft when you're drafting where the good teams draft now? I think they'll have the 26th pick in the draft. I don't doubt for a minute that this front office can do something good with that pick and with others, but it's a different world up there, down there, I should say, in the first round than it was in the top 5 and first pick and top 10 picks like they've had for so long.
Yeah, again, I think Andrew Berry kind of proved the way he methodically addressed off-season this year that, he's not just an analytics guy. Analytics is a part of it, but he's a football guy, and that's good. I mean, that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think we'll see them methodically address the defense in both free agency and in the draft.